Hi, I am Laverne. I am a multi-niche content creator. And over the next month, I will be sharing life as a senior in America, as well as sharing the different things and experiences that seniors go through here. And also some humor about being a senior. So it was a topic that was given to me, and I decided to share some insight about it from personal experiences, of course, as well as what we hear other seniors. You know, like any society group, you have a group of people that you associate, that you have things in common with. So let me throw out a couple of titles, or a few titles, that we'll be covering in our series about life as a senior, okay? And we're going to make it fun. All right, let me share with you what life is really like in your 60s. Retirement myths versus reality. From empty nest to full redefining senior living. Life lessons. At that age, I don't know, I'm not that old. How seniors can stay active, relevant, and connected to today's world. Healthy habits that keep me energized. How to stay mentally sharp and creative as you age. Budgeting, money management tips. Dating, friendships, and finding a community after 60. Hobbies that make life fun and fulfilling is in the first series. So let me say this. I have to adjust this laptop because I don't want it to be too glary. Let me say this. I have to start back as a child and work my way back up to current. It's not going to be that long of a story, but you know, sometimes when you understand what an individual has went through as a child, it helps shape their thoughts somewhat as they progress in life. I come from a very good family down south. Forgot to cut my phone off. Anyway, growing up in the South actually does change a lot of how you feel about people when you start interacting as you become older. And a given, when people come to America to visit, they always say Southern people seem friendlier than people from any other region. Okay, I still believe that to this day. Anyway, so I come from a very good family, very close-knit, bondable, love food and love just people in general. So I grew up very sheltered and very loving. And when I become older and went out into the world, I thought other people were going to be the same way. Okay. So that's kind of how my life was shaping of my viewpoint about everybody's going to love you and treat you good, and you have the wake up call. So as you age and you learn and come into the reality how the real world is, or how people really can be, you start to learn to be comfortable saying no. You learn to it is a process. You got to get there, because sometimes in life you don't feel like you want to tell people off or speak up for yourself. But when you become a senior, you kind of go like, hey, been there, done that. You understand that no means no. You have more confidence in who you are. Okay. And all of that is a process to get there. And you begin to learn to value things more. And you also see your viewpoint and somebody else's viewpoint may not be the same, because you went through life-shaping experiences in your stages of life, just like some have to as well. So becoming a senior is a blessing. Really, it is. Sometimes you can look back and go, I wish I had done things a certain way at a certain point in life, like investing. You wish you learned investing earlier. You wish your parents had taught you. But if they didn't know, they couldn't teach you. Now, my family is multicultural for real. My heritage goes back to Africa, Ghana, Togo, and Nigeria, as well as European. And it's on both sides of my family. So we are biracial on both sides. And the way we see life and things is obviously going to be different. But loving people is the simplest part. Also, when you become senior, you become wiser. The things you did impulsively when you was young, especially in your 20s, I would say maybe early 30s, you kind of slow down and you don't do those things as fast, or you don't think quite as sharp like you did when you were younger. And let me explain that. When I enter into the TikTok world, oh my God, what a wake-up call to how the Gen Zers really do think. And there is actually a particular mindset of TikTokers. They think fast, they act fast, and it's like when you're on there, you can't get on, do a video and say like, "Hi, I'm Laverne, and I'm just here to learn how to grow my page." Oh my God. People will pass you like you don't even exist. You have to interact with these Gen Zers in a different way. It's got to be fast. It's got to be quick. And you got to know what you're talking about. Okay? That has been the biggest learning curve for me. I mean, it's like, oh my God. So then you begin to go, well, what's wrong with me? It's nothing wrong with you. It's just a different generation. So becoming a senior, being a senior, it has its advantages and disadvantages because you want to communicate, and sometimes you don't know effectively how to communicate because their words and how they use terms is so different than the way we communicated. Can I say 20 years ago? Oh, can I say 30 years ago? It's just so different. But it's so much to learn even as a senior. And it's so much life to still live. Believe it or not. You just want to embrace all the learning curves and all the growing and become who you are meant to be. Living life on purpose. So I'm going to leave it there. And then we're going to look forward to the next video sharing what it's like to be a senior. All right. See you the next time. Share, like, and subscribe to my video. See you soon.